Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of GIS Answers. Today what we'll be looking at is some live content, USA active wildfires. And this is coming from the ESRI live data through looking at the Living Atlas. And I'll show how to search on that and add the data into ArcGIS Pro. So what I've done, I've added the USA current wildfires by going into Add Data, Living Atlas, and then wildfires, active wildfires, and just add that. I've also added in the recent weather radar, NEXRAD, which we did that in a previous video. If you'd like to take a look at that, and it's live radar showing where rainfall would be occurring across the United States. And there's the NEXRAD radar. Live, up-to-date, 15-minute regeneration on that, and basically the yellow would be the red or yellow would be heaviest rainfall, green would be next heaviest, and the lighter would be in the blue. So let's just turn that weather radar off for now, and we're going to look at some of these current wildfires in the United States. Generally, the larger the icons, the symbols, the larger in size the fire would be. The yellow and red indicate a new fire in the past 24 hours. And we have a cluster in California. There's some larger fires in New Mexico. Let's have a look at those. You just click on those. Cook's Peak incident, 54,000 acres burned. Percent contained, 18, and it's got the date 17th of April. Current as of the 25th of April at 11:41, which is approximately 20 minutes ago. Then there's a couple of big ones up here in Nebraska. 30,000 acres burned. Percent contained, 100. So that was earlier in the month. 10,000 acres burned, discovered several days ago, 23rd of April. It'd be interesting to see what if we change the base map to Imagery. And if we zoom in on these areas, whether they're forested. And we also have within this layer, within the current wildfires, we have a polygon showing the wildfire perimeter. So if we click on that perimeter, it also gives you the acreage. So that's quite good that they have a polygon plus a point feature. Hermit's Peak, 56,000 acres. You can see this is quite a remote area. Let's go back and click on the Imagery hybrid, so we'll have some reference points, some boundaries. There's a couple of new fires. You can see that this will be quite remote, perhaps in a national forest. Acres burned, only 4.5 so far. There was quite a cluster in California of new fires. There's one down by San Diego, just on the outskirts of San Diego. Quite a small fire. Quite remote areas along Highway 5. Looks like one's a false alarm. Yeah, Yeah, so some of these smaller ones might be less, I don't want to say less important, but they might be, they might not develop into something significant. Here's one up with the border of Canada. A couple of days ago. Looks like it could be a agricultural area with some wooded. So let's focus on some of these bigger wildfires. There's one in Houston, 1,243 acres. That was earlier this month, a couple of weeks ago. Prescribed fire, acres burned. These are the ones in yellow. A couple up here in Kentucky. 143 acres, percent contained 100%. It's quite remote areas where some of these fires are taking place. A lot in Maine. There's a big cluster in Maine around Augusta. Moody fire. Not a lot of information on these fires except the dates. But definitely a cluster up in Maine. And if we turn on the weather radar, something we can do with the appearance, we can do the flicker effect. This is something I didn't show in the last video with bringing in weather radar. This is NextRad, and this is the same way we brought in the wildfire data. You can search on, you can go to map, add data, and go to the living atlas and search right up here. Type in NextRad or weather, and you can find that layer and add it in. So not a lot of rain in the United States right now, but in Canada there was a lot of rain in Ontario and Quebec today. So perhaps this weather system will be moving, might help with some of these fires over here in Maine and New York. But it looks to be quite dry in the central US. So anyway, there's some live stream data that you can bring in, some USA wildfire data, and also the weather radar imagery to overlay as well. So we'll continue looking into some data, and please subscribe to the channel if you find things interesting and like the video, and I'd appreciate that. Thanks.